Test number 2. The idle is now changed from 675 to 725. Do a startup test and then we're going to do a road test. Here's a walk around with it at 725. So we'll compare this versus the 675. Like I said though, the only reason I don't like at 675 is because it did drop down, you know, 620 RPMs, and it could drop a little lower than that, and I don't like that because I don't like letting it get too low, because I'd rather have it not stall, even though it hasn't stalled at 675 idle speed. I still just don't know if I trust it. So we're actually going to let it idle here for 10 minutes straight without doing anything, see how it, you know, see what happens. But this is test number 2 or 3 of our ghost cam. So we're middle of the road test, 5 minutes in. So far so good, and the temps are slowly coming up like normal. I'm not sure what sounds better. I half think the idle speed set at 675 idle's a little nicer. I'm not sure yet because this was a cold start, so we'll have to see here. So we'll see. And the power's there. There's no power loss at all. So yeah, we had a cold start, and once the motor's warmed up, I'll be curious to see how the idle is and everything. So I was just very curious. I can definitely say it sounds louder. Just your normal driving sounds louder. It's just my thoughts on that. tires in here. Thought about having them on, but I don't really feel like it today. I got a lot of work to do. When I let off the gas, I can kind of hear a rumble in the back. It's a little hard. You know, with the RPMs turned up to 725, what I've noticed, and even with that 675, the RPMs idle higher than that, but occasionally will drop a little lower than that, but for the most part they idle higher when it's in, you know, when you're sitting still. I mean, everything seems good. You know, the temp is holding steady where it normally holds. So yeah, we'll see. So I don't know with the idle what's actually sounds best. You know, one thing you can definitely tell, and maybe that's because I have no cats, but you can definitely smell the fumes a lot more. Yeah, you know, other than that, the temperature has been fine. You know, once the fan kicks on, it cools right back down. So temperature-wise, I haven't noticed anything according to my gauge. Power-wise, the power's still there. In fact, honestly, it feels like there's more power, which is a little weird. But it feels like there's more power. Definitely sounds, I think sounds louder than before. Could be in my head. So far it's reliable. Now I don't know if you'd get stuck on a 90-degree day in standstill traffic, how it would handle that. I just have no idea. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, for some reason it feels like there's just way more power than before. I don't know. It just feels like it. It's just something just that feels different, seems different. So yeah, now the question becomes, at 725, the RPMs don't really get down to 725. Now, I'm driving around a little bit, we got gas, and I'm hoping to fill up. I mean, not fill up, I'm hoping to drive around, get the motor warmed up really good, and then take it back home and just let it idle for 10 plus minutes. Watch the RPMs, see where they go from there, see what happens. But yeah, like letting it coast and drive, you know. I can hear it chopping a little bit. I just don't know how it sounds from behind. I mean, definitely very happy with it. So we'll see. The question would be 725 or other. Well, one thing is for sure that I know for certain is it definitely gets a lot of looks now when I'm parked or something and it's just idling. Wow, people look. Like before, once in a while, occasional people look, but now actually a lot of people look. I just don't know the 675 idle speed or the 725. I mean, it definitely idles much higher than like 725. It idles higher than that. I like the 725 because it holds it. Like, see here, you guys can see it spikes from 712 we just saw, 750, 713, 707, 715, 780. You can see it fluctuates crazy. There was 690. So I think, to be safe, I think 725 is the best idle to be safe. Now, because I think at 675 it can drop a little low, which is probably not as good for it. I think you get a little more chop when the idle is set at 675. When the idle's set at 675, I believe you get more of a chop. And I can hear a little chop going on. because of how my tune is set up, as I slow up, the RPMs sometimes go higher. But I can hear a chop. Like now, I can hear the chop. About 850 RPMs and under, I hear the chop. When it's at this 900, I don't hear it. Now's a good example. I'm going to put this out the window if you guys can hear. Here we go. We're coming up to a red light. See if you can hear. Alright, we're in park now. The RPMs, I would say 690 to 790 is where it fluctuates. It doesn't fluctuate as much as when it was at 675, but here's how it sounds. Alright, I'm going to put it in drive so you can hear it with the gear and drive. Yeah, you could definitely smell the fumes, but of course I could smell the fumes before, and that's because I had no cats. So I don't know if there's really a difference or not. Probably a little bit more fume smell. So, you know, we're just keeping the hood down, let it get as hot as it can, because the goal is to do a full test, and you guys are witnessing here the official, you know, testing of it. You know that. Well, you know, while it's idling, let's give a backstory. I tried two different methods because I've always wanted a cam for this, and we already tried going with cams, and that was an epic fail, being scammed. So I was gonna motor swap because that was the whole point. I wanted a heavy cam, and if I couldn't get it in the 4.0, then fine, so be it. I was going to motor swap and go with the 4.6 and go there. So I tried two different methods before. I tried the method of your vacuum line, and that is extremely unreliable. I would not even drive it like that because it's so unreliable. It could stall mid-idle, you know, it was horrible. Then I came up with my own method, which I call it the razor blade throttle body spacer method. So the razor blade method, and that is you use a razor blade with your throttle body spacer, and it creates a little gap, and that gives you a chop sound, which I had videos of that in the past. So the videos before this, if it's not titled the ghost cam and you hear like the cam sound, that's the throttle body spacer method that I came up with, and that was great. It worked good. It idled sound good. It wasn't consistent. It wasn't reliable, because it could be idling perfectly fine and then just randomly shut off. So I that was not even worth testing while driving. Now with that method, once you put on the gas pedal, everything smoothed out and it was fine. It was just when you would let it idle for like 3-4 minutes straight, it would just whoop, just shut off randomly. You know, it didn't throw a code or anything, so it was just randomly shut off. So we scrapped that idea. Alright, here we are. Temperature 188 after the fan kicked on. Normal range. RPMs are bouncing the normal range. Idling, staying fine. Got that good fume smell, thanks to no cats. Everything seems good. Wow, I am super happy. So the first test was 100% flawless. This with 675 RPMs, 725 RPMs. Test is 100% flawless so far. I'm super happy, guys. I think we are coming up with something amazing. Now, here's the Cat's 2020. In my state, if you drive under 5,000 miles a year, you don't need emissions. I'm not sure if this is going to throw any codes or what codes it will. And if it does throw codes, I'm not sure if you can, and the codes not show back up. So that's where I think Tom's going to be testing it out as well and see what's up. So basically, if it throws a code, you're going to need a reader to reset your code, which they're, you know, you can get some for $20 that reset the codes, so it's not big of a deal. So if it does throw a code, the question will be is if you put it back to normal, which takes less than 5 minutes to do both ways. If you put it back to normal and you reset the code, will the code completely go away? Now I'm thinking absolutely yes, because the second you change what I did, the car goes back to idling normal and it's 100% like you never did anything. There's no hesitation or nothing. Everything goes back to exactly how you had it before doing the trick. Now, the question is, you know, I can't test out what codes it throws. I can't test any of that out. But all I know is whatever codes it's throwing, it's not messing with the performance of the car. In fact, like I said before, I think there's more power. I honestly feel like there's more power. And also, it's, you know, it's performing, you know, idling and everything's fine. So we've let it idle here for quite a bit now and no issues. So I think we're good to go. I'm super happy, guys. This is test number 2 or test number 3 of the Ghost Cam. And I'm pretty super excited. I think this is amazing. Truly, truly amazing, guys and girls. You know, this is what I've wanted so long with the 4.0. That was the whole point. I bought the 4.0. I bought cams for it. I was going to swap the cams in. We already went 31 hours into the cam swap to find out that the cams were junk. And then I find out that a lot of people that install cams have issues, tuning issues. It never runs quite the same. And you never really get that crazy chop that I've actually wanted until now. Something that's basically free, takes 5 minutes. We got the chop, performing good. You know, I couldn't ask for anything better than this. So we've let it idle. We're actually going to pop the hood here, check on everything. You know, we kept the temperature under here. It's probably 80-degree day right now. Temperature ranged from 180 to 199 when the fan kicks on, then it drops to 185-ish. So it's been pretty hot under the hood. Now my hood is a little different than some. It's heat extraction, so heat is escaping from here, there, and also my side vents let heat out. And if I'm not moving, heat can come out of there as well. We got a fully open grill here, so you know I can feel the heat. It's definitely hot. So the question, you know, the last thing will be, after it's been idling like this, driving like this, let's pop the hood and see what's underneath. Okay, here's where we're at. It's hot under the hood. You know, I can feel a lot of heat under here, and everything's very, very hot. Yeah. Now, keep in mind we do have long tube headers, no cats. and the tune is turned up, so it burns fuel. I think with this method, you'll want to make sure that you have plenty of oil in your vehicle, with it making it hotter. Everything's idling good. I don't see, there's no smoke from anything overheating, so everything is obviously staying the temperature. Yeah, everything is very, very hot though. Like the EGR tube right here, that's burning hot, extremely hot. But yeah, so, but everything seems all right. So longevity, you know, I don't know. We keep doing this for weeks and weeks and months, how the performance of the car will stay. If it, you know, we will be doing that. So yeah, right now I'm not recommending anything. I'm not telling you guys what we did, just until fully tested, and even after that I will probably have a hesitant, but there's no motor shaking like really bad or anything. As you guys can see, everything's pretty smooth, even with the chop. So even with having the chop still, super excited, guys. Let's go ahead and turn it off.